Today is day 14. It's Friday. It's exactly 2 weeks since I've had my rotator cuff surgery. And I wanted to just give you an update from my last video that I did, which was on day 6. So I just kind of want to go over the last few days that have transpired on this journey and what I've gone through to let you know what's going on in case you're about to have your surgery or your rotator cuff surgery has already been done and you just want to know about how others are doing. It's not a piece of cake. It's not a cakewalk. I've been through some pain. The last pain that I had that was major, like the one I had in the hospital, was my video on day 6, and I think it's episode 6. And so you can watch that. And I still believe that it was the pasta I had the night before that caused inflammation, that caused my rotator cuff surgery areas to react, because that pain was as bad as the pain that I had in the hospital 2 weeks ago when they woke me up from surgery. Even though I had a nerve block, the pain just started coming on really strong. It was so bad that I asked for a painkiller. They gave me one. We waited about 20 minutes or so. It wasn't helping. So they said I could take a second one, and then that threw me over the edge. I had cold sweats. I got dizzy. I felt really nauseous. So I had to wait another half hour before they were able to release me to go home. But by the time I did walk into my front door, after taking those two, the pain was absolutely gone. And then I still had the nerve block. But even with the nerve block, I still felt excruciating pain in my shoulder bone, and I believe it was the anchors that I could feel that were hurting. So anyway, today's day 14. 2 weeks ago I had my surgery, and so I wanted to start with day, let's see what I want to do here. I wanted to start with day 11. So on day 11, I did wake up around, and I don't know, it's usually around 2 or 3 in the morning. I woke up in the morning with shoulder pain. So I was doing fine from day 7, 8, 9, 10, off and on. You know, every other day I'd have pain, but it wasn't excruciating. It was more like maybe a 7. I don't know what excruciating is to everybody. For me, it's like a 10. It still was painful like a 7. It wasn't a 2, not a walk in the park. But I've had those off and on. So on day 11, what happened, and I just want to let you guys know this because I always try to figure out what's causing it. I mean, I know I had my rotator cuff surgery, but it could be also the way I'm sleeping, because some nights I have really good nights and some nights not so good, and other nights a lot of pain. So I don't know. I feel like I try to sleep the same way when I don't have the pain so I could replicate that the next evening, and it doesn't seem to work. I do everything the same, and then that evening I'll get some pain. So can't figure it out. But what happened on day 11 for me was I woke up. It was anywhere between 2 and 3 in the morning, and I woke up with pain in my shoulder. Of course, I was tossing and turning all night. I've been sleeping on a recliner, just so you know. Very comfortable leather recliner, and I just kind of snuggle in, and I kind of still sleep sitting up. I'm probably like this, and I've just learned to sleep that way. I've never slept on a recliner in my life, and I'm learning how to do it. So back to day 11, the morning of, I woke up around 2, 3 in the morning, and my shoulder was hurting really bad. And I remember waking up, opening my eyes, and this shoulder was shrugged. It was like this. It was very tight. So I don't know what happened when I was sleeping. Maybe I moved my arm a little bit. Oh, I know what I did too, by the way. Sometimes, I'm trying different things, guys. So what I did is I took my arm out of the sleep when I was in the recliner, and I took it out like this, and I just lay it like this next to the pillow. So I'm on the recliner like this, and my arm's just laying here, and then there's like a little extra little pillow I have, and so the arm's just sitting like this, floating. And so that morning of day 11, when I woke up in pain, this shoulder was shrugged like this. And so maybe I'm thinking, because it was out of the sling, possibly I moved my arm up and maybe it started to hurt. So then naturally I shrugged my shoulder and tensed up, and then it was probably shrugged for a while, and then I woke up with pain. So that's the only thing I could figure out. So that's what happened. I was in pain. It was probably, I woke up, it was probably a 7, 8. It was getting up there. And so I just got up, had some water, went to the bathroom, and just muscled through it, and finally fell asleep again, off and on. And then I slept until around 8 a.m. So that was on day 11. Then on day 12, lo and behold, okay, I go to bed on my recliner. I had the AC on and it was a little cold, but I was too tired to get up and turn it down or turn it up, turn it off, I guess. And so I'm in the recliner and I'm just really cold, and I just had one little fleece blanket over me. So I took another blanket, put that on over, so now I had 2 blankets on me, and I got all nice and snuggly and warm underneath those blankets. And I wrote some notes here. I'm just kind of looking to see if make sure I don't miss anything. But anyways, the room was cold, and so I just grabbed another blanket. I had 2 very comfortable, kind of medium weight blankets on me. They're fleece blankets, but they're heavier. And I don't know what happened that evening, but I put them on and I'm laying down. I had my arm in the sling, just kind of resting here to my side. I'm on the recliner. I was so snugly warm. I fell asleep and I slept till the morning. Excuse me, got something in my throat. And I remember waking up in the morning and I was so warm and so snuggly under those 2 blankets. And my arm, it was maybe a 2. The pain's always a little bit there. And if I move it, of course, it starts to hurt. But I woke up feeling really good and really warm. My whole arm was so warm, and I think the warmth of the blankets with the cold room being under 2 blankets, and I felt just so snuggly like it was winter. I believe that it just warmed up my whole body. It warmed up, of course, my surgical arm. And I believe that warmth was just making blood flow throughout my body and throughout my surgical area here. And I really believe that I had really good blood flow going that evening with the warm blankets, that the blood flow helped my surgery area and I wasn't in pain. It was really nice. I couldn't believe it. So I tried to duplicate that the next night. Okay, so that was day 12, so that was great. It was a great experience. I think I'll keep the AC on where it gets a little bit cold, and then I'll use 2 blankets and see if I can continue to repeat that nice snuggly feeling and get some blood flow going in my arm. So that was day 12. Day 13, which was, today's 14, so this was yesterday morning. So yesterday morning, I woke up in pain. So see, go figure. Day 11, I was in some pain. Day 12, or the evening, I was snuggly, I felt great. And then day 13, yesterday morning, I'm sorry, there's something in the air here. I woke up with pain in my shoulder, and all night I could not get my arm comfortable. I'm looking at my notes because the days are starting to become a blur. So anyway, I got up in the morning. I didn't have a good night. My shoulder was hurting. The pain level was probably 7, 8. And, after you have pain every other day or every 3 days, off and on, sometimes it could just be a 7 or a 6, but it feels like an 8 or a 9 because you just get so tired of it. You just can't wait for this to be over. And I'm only 2 weeks after post-surgery. Not to mention the pain I had before surgery. That was another story. But anyway, I woke up and oh gosh. Sorry. I made some coffee. I have to tell you guys, it's not always a walk in the park with this pain. So okay, so back to what day was that? Day 13, day 13, sorry, yesterday. So I woke up with pain, and it was probably a 7, 8. I'm just so tired of it sometimes because it comes and goes. And I got up and I made some coffee, and then I just had a crying moment. I had to let myself feel and let go a little bit of the strength that I've been trying to uphold. Because sometimes you just have to cry it out, because it's tough. It is tough sometimes. And I think the tough part is because when I have that really great night of being all, a little bug snug in a rug, and I had no pain that evening, I was like, oh my gosh, is it getting better? Is this, what am I doing different? I want to do this again. I mean, therapy hasn't started yet. I know that's going to hurt, because as soon as you start putting your arm out, it starts to hurt. But I don't know, I have my moments because it hurts. The arm hurts. My athletic gym workouts have been taken away from me for upper body. I can't really do sit-ups or crunches because I got this arm that's injured. So, yeah, it's hard. It's hard, and so my sister tried to console me, but this is real. It's tough. And as much as my videos as much as I try to sound upbeat, I have these moments. Every 2 days, I try not to think about it. I try to keep busy working with one-handed typing. I can type sometimes. I'll put my keyboard down here and I could do this. But I'm just letting you know it's not a walk in the park, and we all have these moments. And guys, don't feel bad about having these moments yourself. Just because you're a man doesn't mean you don't have these moments, because especially being an active person, it's really hard on us. It's hard on everybody, don't get me wrong, because just my daily activities, showering, trying to get dressed, trying to blow dry my hair a little bit down here. I do hold the blow dry a little bit with this arm and just try to get a little curl in my hair. I've been wearing caps a lot because I can't fix my hair, and it's kind of frizzy when I don't blow dry it well, and I can't blow dry it well right now. So anyway, it's tough. So I want to let everybody know that you're going to have these moments, and guys, let it go. Just let yourself cry. It's okay. Because I believe it's poison. We hold it in and we're sad, but we have to let it out. So, okay, so I got to get my composure here for a second, so hang tight. I just had to walk around for a second, but anyway, where was I? I just was saying that it's hard. We're going to have good days, bad days, and then, I become my own little cheerleader, and it's like, you're going to be fine. Just think positive, and you haven't even started therapy yet, and you're going to do good, and there's so many people that get back to normal, and I try to do that, and I'll have a little spring in my step, and I start working, and I'm singing, and I'm playing music, and then I have a relapse, because then I get pain at night, and it's like, I feel like I'm going backwards and not forward. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that we're going to have good nights and bad nights, and you can sleep in the same position where you had the best night, like when I was snuggly with those 2 blankets on me, and I woke up feeling really warm and cozy. And then you could do the same thing the next night duplicate that as much as you can, and then something changes. So I've read that others have had the same problem. They try to do the same position so they can sleep soundly and with minimal pain, and then for some reason it doesn't work that evening. So the body's probably just going through a big process. It's trying to heal, and we got hormones going on, and we got daily stuff, we got some stresses, we got thoughts. There's still a lot of emotional stuff going on in our bodies from for me, the trip and fall, and being taken away my activities that I was doing for a long time and working out and never had a problem. And then I go to a furniture store and I fall and I get hurt. I mean, you just can't write this stuff. You can't make this stuff up. So cry it out. If you ever feel like it, just do it. It's poison coming out, because the longer we keep it in, it becomes poison, and that's not good for our healing. We want to heal, so got to get that out so your body can now focus on healing again. So that's all I wanted to say about that. Just wanted to let you know that when you see my videos and I'm on the treadmill and I'm talking to you guys about this or that, doesn't mean I don't have these moments. Doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. It can go from a 3 to a 7 to a 9 in one night or the next day. So it's hard. I'm dealing with it. Not to mention the 3 months I dealt before the surgery. When I fell, it took 3 months to go into surgery because I waited a month to see if I was going to get better. I wasn't sure if I had a rotator cuff tear. And I thought maybe I had a really bad bruise in my bone from the fall on the furniture, on the trundle bed frame. I hit it like cement. It was awful. So, I waited about a month, and I finally got the MRI. Then it took another month to see the doctor. Then it took another few weeks to get into surgery. So I was hurting for 3 months before my surgery. The first month and a half was horrible. Couldn't sleep, kind of was going through the first month and a half. The first month and a half, when it happened, when I had my fall, it was almost as bad as the surgery thing. The pain was really bad. So I'm getting through it, and I just wanted to express to everybody that there is ups and downs on this stuff. So, and there's something else I wanted to say. I just don't want to forget. Well, I said here feeling blue. So yes, so I've been feeling blue today, yesterday morning especially, when I woke up and was making my coffee, and I had a crying spell or a crying fit, whatever you want to call it. But it's normal, it's natural, and we have to let it out. So what happens when I have those, and then like now, I feel blue all day, a little sad. So I don't know, it's tough, and I dread going to bed every night because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to be in bad pain or not. So. Okay, that's all I wanted to share. By the way, today's day 14. My post follow-up appointment with my doctor, my surgeon, was yesterday. I did film that. I'll post that separately. He said everything's looking great, and then he went over the colored pictures that he took while he was in my arm with the camera, and so he went over all that with me, and I'll put that on a different video, and I'll title it correctly so you guys will know. So yeah, so that was yesterday. So again, 2 weeks post-op. He said the next time he sees me will be 4 weeks from now, which would be 6-week post-op, and see how I'm doing. And then at that time he'll say, if you haven't done PT, you might want to start now, because he said I can start it at 4 weeks, but if I'm not ready, I'm going to wait till 6, because I'm not going to hurt myself and go through this again. And then after I see him for 6 weeks, he said the next one would be 12 weeks when I see him. So, okay, that's all I have to say. I think I'm rambling now, but I just wanted to let you guys in on my little secret that I do have bouts of crying, and I get blue, and it's okay. So cry away, guys. Don't feel bad. Guys and girls. Okay, thanks.